Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Goat, and for today's video, I want to make a tier list of every single Smash Bros game, and I'm going to rank them. I will include Project Plus in this, because I don't think it gets enough love, and I do think it's a really good game, so I'm going to include Project Plus, and I'm not going to include 3DS because it's pretty much the same thing as Wii U. So let's go ahead and get into it, and I'm going to start from the bottom up. And I think the worst game in the entire series is Brawl. And the reason is, this game was intentionally made to be less competitive. They removed pretty much most of the good mechanics Melee had, such as just being able to move faster, combos. They added stuff such as tripping, which is a horrible mechanic. And the character balance is atrocious. Like, Meta Knight is far and away the best character. He was actually banned at one point. Ice Climbers is one of the worst designed characters in Smash history. The character is way better in this game than Melee, and just a horribly designed character that is not fun to play against. And yeah, horrible competitive balance. The game engine itself is just slow and not fun, in my opinion. I don't think it's like a 2 out of 10 game. You know, I'm not saying it's a trash fighting game, but I do think it's pretty mediocre, so I'll put that first. And next, I'm going to put Smash Wii U, and I think it's also mediocre as well. I think it's slightly better. I guess I'll have to move it. I think it's slightly better than Brawl, but still not great. First off, I don't understand why this game was played with 2 stocks. That is so stupid in my opinion. No other game in the entire series was played with 2 stocks, so that was just a horrible idea. And other than that, the character balance was once again not very good. Like, Bayonetta pretty much took over the entire meta and was utterly broken and not fun to play against. Cloud was really good too, and he was actually more fun, but anyway, the balance was really bad on this one as well. The engine is really bad, I think. It just felt like a really cheesy game to me. Like, the way you could just kill people was so gimmicky. Like, for instance, Samus and Peach being able to kill people at utterly low percents with their up Bs. You had Bayonetta over here comboing people to death, and there was very little you could do about it, so other than cheesy kills, the game engine just wasn't good, and shields were overpowered, recoveries were overpowered. I thought the air dodges were horrible. I thought it was so bad how you could just keep spamming air dodge. So glad they removed that in Ultimate, so just altogether another really mediocre game in the series in my opinion. And next I want to talk about Smash 64. And I do think it's a little bit better than these games. Even though it's more basic, there's not as many mechanics, I still think it's more fun. I think it's a better competitive game, but not, you know, as good as the other 3 that you can clearly see are about to be listed. I think it's in a tier of its own, I'll go ahead and say. It's hard to rank because it's just so different, you know, like, there's no air dodges, there's no spot dodges, there's only 12 characters. It's very different, but just personally, I think it's a lot more fun than Wii U and Brawl. There are some gimmicks, like, you can pretty much combo characters like crazy in this game. Like, more than any other game. That's why they have the combo contest in 64. So, you know, you can 0 to death people very easily. That's why I believe they play with 5 stocks. The only Smash game where you play with 5 stocks. And another flaw is that there's no timer. So the combos are fun, but they are a little flawed. There's no timer, and I wish there was more than 12 characters, but there's something about it that's just more fun to me than Wii U and Brawl. Like, I just feel like since every character has the ability to really just kill you out of nowhere, it's a little better to me than how cheesy and gimmicky Brawl and Wii U is. I just feel like those games are a lot more campy and gimmicky, so that's why I have this higher. It could be definitely better. I'm also giving it some points because it is the first game they ever made, so they did a pretty good job. So if I'm just playing a game outside of like Melee or Ultimate for fun, I would rather play Smash 64, personally. And in third place, we're going to go with Project Plus. And this may be kind of weird, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump a whole tier because I want you guys to realize how much better the top 3 games are. And I want to go ahead and say I wish Project Plus was a lot more popular because this game is amazing. It could be even higher than this. Like, this game, its peak could be like the best Smash game ever made in my eyes, but sadly, because Nintendo wants this whole scene to die, it's never going to grow that far. We saw at Riptide, when was it? I guess it was 2021 Riptide. It got shut down. Nintendo actually sent a cease and desist and had the entire event shut down. So with Nintendo trying to get Project Plus canceled, it's never going to grow like it should. So anyway, I think it's a great game, and it could be even higher. I just never really get a chance to play it. I've only played it a few times, and I've had a great time playing it. Like, it's so fun because it's kind of like Ultimate and Melee combined. There's not 80 some characters, but there's not 26. I'm not sure off the top of my head. It's somewhere in between, maybe like 40 some. I might be wrong on that, but it's in between those two games in terms of how many characters. And the character balance is amazing. Like, so many characters are good in this game. Like, even the worst characters I feel like are pretty good. So I like that. I love how it has all the melee mechanics, but it does have a few like original things as well. And it's just such a fun game. Like, they did an amazing job, and it sucks that it's not bigger. It could be even higher if I could play it more, but sadly, I don't get many chances to play it. So I'll put it in third in the same tier as Ultimate and Melee. And I'll go ahead and rank number 2. I hate to do it, Melee fans. I love Melee, but number 1 and number 2 are really close. I'll just say that. Personally, I think Melee is the second best game in the entire series, but I have no problem with people saying it's number 1. I have no issues with that because this game's incredible, and I really love Melee. I actually started playing it competitively around 2014, but I've been keeping up with it since literally like 2003 or whenever it started taking off with like Ken and Isaiah. I was actually watching it back then. There wasn't like streaming, but I would watch it on YouTube. And I've always loved this game. I loved competing in it. I still love watching it. Even though I am competing more in Ultimate now, I still love playing Melee for fun. I think it's in an incredible place right now with Slippy, and the competitive balance is so good right now with all the talented competitors out there. I do miss the 5 gods, but this game's in good hands with people like IBDW coming up. You know, Zane's taking over, but we still got the legendary players like, you know, Mango and Axe and all these people. So Melee's incredible, man. It's not just incredible to play, but it's so fun to watch, so fun to talk about. And they have created some of the most iconic and fun characters ever in Falco and Fox. I think they may be the 2 best designed characters ever. I wish there were more characters like that in Melee. I think Marth is also really fun. You know, watching Mewtwo King and Zane is incredible. Sheik, you know, Sheik, not as much as the other 3, but still pretty cool. And, you know, even Puff, I'll say it, like, when Puff camps, no, it's not fun to watch, but Puff can even be hype. Like, all the good characters in this game are really hype. And it's fun seeing people like Axe and Amsa push these mid-tiers to, like, you know, low-high tier. And I'm talking about Pikachu and Yoshi, obviously. And Captain Falcon, I think, is easily the best version ever in Melee. I love watching Captain Falcon, so I think Melee is amazing. The only issue I have with it is I wish there were more good characters. I love the high and top tier characters, and even some of the mid tiers are fun, but I just wish there were more good characters. Like Bowser, Kirby, Pichu, they're horrible. Like, especially Bowser and Kirby and Zelda. I wish there was a way they could have like put patches in Melee and buffed these characters. And if they did that, maybe I would have put Melee as number 1. So that's my only issue. Like, it's an incredible game. I just wish there were more good characters. That's it. I love Melee so much, though. Don't get it twisted. So with that being said, my favorite game ever in the series is Ultimate. And the reason I think Ultimate is so good is the character balance is the greatest of any of these games. It's actually insane how many good characters are in Ultimate. The only slight flaw is maybe learning 80 some matchups is a little annoying, but a good way to counteract that, I think, is to main multiple characters. So if you main 2 characters, you can just dedicate like 40 matchups apiece, or if you main 3, you can dedicate 30, 20 some. But anyway, other than the fact that there's like almost too many characters, it's damn near perfect in my eyes. It's such a fun game. And keep in mind, I'm talking about this competitively offline. I'm not factoring in the fact that the online sucks. I'm not factoring that in. I'm just talking about this as a competitive game, because if we factored that in, that would hurt the game, because the online obviously isn't great. But I think Ultimate's amazing. I love it so much. And this is like the first game since Melee that Melee players have actually liked. So that should say something, because all the Melee players have pretty much hated Brawl and Wii U, and myself included. I really never got into these games that much. So the fact that we got players like Mango playing Ultimate, and Plup for a while was very invested in Ultimate, Leffen was for a while, Armada, like, it just shows how good this game is when Melee players actually have a lot of respect for it. So this is just my personal list. If you guys disagree, that's fine. But I think these 3 are like way better than the bottom 2, and a decent amount better than Smash 64. That's why I put the gap like that. So this is just my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's fine. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you because I don't see a lot of people do videos like this. But I would love to see someone like Mewtwo King make a list like this, someone that's played like every single game competitively. So that about does it. Hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. What do you all think? What are your favorite games in the series? How would you rank them? Give me your list in the comment section, slap that subscribe button, and have a great day. Thank you for watching.